Here we are at ground zero. Absolutely at the bottom of the totem pole. Absolutely infinitesimal as far as numbers. This channel has, if I'm not mistaken, 85 subscribers on it. And honestly, with all the complaints that I've had about my other channel, my main channel, it's perfect. And I don't know why it took me so long to not connect the dots on it. I always talked about not caring about views, and I always talked about not caring, I cared about subscriber count, but then the subscriber count that I had was really, really confusing, is really rocky and stuff. And I didn't like how I gained all those subscribers, And I didn't like the trajectory. So it was really one thing to do. I wanted to do I Am Lee to not figure out anything. I wanted to do what I really always wanted to do, not just as far as content creation, but in life. I wanted to sit down and I wanted to talk to people about their problems. And while I did do that, and I'm still doing it, something always clicked whenever I pressed record and it was time to make videos. It was always that itch. You see, I'm still on Twitter, I'm still on Instagram, and I see all the news about rap, and I see all the news about music, and I'm still super connected to it. And I watch the Blackie Speaks, and I watch the Amirs, and I watch the Gully Boys, and I watch, the Intensifies and stuff like that. I watch the Patrick CCs. And every time I watch, there's just something bubbling up inside of me, wanting to say something myself. And when I spoke on Instagram about a lot of these things, a lot of people liked what I had to say. And it rang as true then as it does now. My job was not finished. I had internal problems, as all the culture, and while I know that those problems will now be a thing of the past, the formula for which I had to become the person that I am is still here. I am still a unscripted, uncut, unfiltered, unbiased motherfucker. And I'm going to try to do this the best way I can, the way I know how to. And while I can look on the outside and ask people for how they feel about it and what they, all that stuff, ultimately, I have to do it right. Because this is my attempt at starting over at something that I like to do, that I really like to do. While I have started to fall out of love with rap, I have not fallen out of love with music. So, with all the culture returning, I would like to talk about all music. And I always felt like it was weird that I was called all the culture, and yet I only talked about one culture. And while my head is still always so wrapped up in rap and hip hop, I always felt like my opinion when it came to other music was just as valued, or not valued per se, but just as wanted. I understand that, when you originally have a bunch of rap fans, it's hard to say, okay, I'm going to talk about everything, and for all those rap fans to care. And that's why I decided to start over. It was a few years ago where Amir and me, we had a conversation, and he was telling me, why didn't I start over? It would be better if I just started over. If I just made another channel, if I started over. And I can't lie, I was stingy. I sat there and said, nah, whatever, and all that stuff. And he was right. He was 100% correct. Um, his birthday's coming up in a few days too, by the way, or maybe I know it's in January though. He's either belated happy birthday or future happy birthday coming up, but you know what I'm saying? I know his day is coming. So I think he's turning I think he's a year older. I think he's turning 29 or something, or 28. We getting old. But yeah, this is something that I should have done a while ago. This is something I should have did a while ago. I knew eventually it was going to happen. I just needed the best time to do it. I needed a very good time to do it, and I figured that this was a good time. It's January. It's the beginning of the year. I'm doing something that I like doing over on I Am Leave, and I wanted to bring back something that I like doing as all the culture, of course. So first and foremost, we're 6 minutes in, and yet I have neglected to say ATK and this thing, TKG, what is good with y'all, man? Listen. And it feels so good to say that again. It does. It really, really, really does. I'm going to do this right. I'm going to listen to everybody. I'm going to make sure that I have a respectful approach about it. And while I did mature, I think I matured too late. When everybody was expecting a negative person and they had someone who has started to give some sort of positive perspective on things, when they stopped caring about that. They see me for what I was, and I was a negative person. Hopefully, with this rebrand and this start over, I can give people a better idea of who I am and what I can deliver this community. And I'm not just a part of the hip hop community. I'm not just a part of the rap community. I'm a part of the R&B community. I'm a part of the pop community. I'm a part of the rock community. I'm a part of the metal community. I'm part of the dubstep community. Hell, I'm a part of the damn game soundtrack community now. I'm a part of the music community. And while I'm still a part of the lifestyle advice community, this, honestly, when I wake up, I look myself in the mirror, and people talk about my content creation past, I always felt like this is what I was too. I got a lot of hats that I wear. Literally. But I want to do this the best way I know how to do it, and I want your help. I want to make sure everyone's opinion matters. So while we're sitting at 85 subscribers right now, I was wishing it was 0 so I could get a full good start, a clean slate start. I already know it's going to be a slow rise. We're going to be at 100 and 200 and slowly get to that 1,000 and stuff like that, but it's worth it. It is, because I get a better look at what it really is with me and my audience. So with that being said, series and stuff like that, it'll come to me as they come, and I'm not gonna say, oh, eventually we'll start. Oh no, we're gonna get this ship rolling as soon as possible. So I want to thank y'all for watching this. I'm going to thank y'all for listening to what I have to say about this. And, fortunately, we're in good spirits, and we're going to tear into not just the rappers now. We're going to tear into the Taylor Swifts. We're going to tear into the Luke Bryans, I think. We're going to tear into the Morgan Wallens. We're going to tear into the Katy Perrys and the Selena Gomez's and the Justin Biebers. We're going to tear into the SZAs. We're going to tear into them all. Because now, more than ever, ATK in this thing. So without any case, vibe, have a good time. And I am ATK, man. I will see y'all later. Peace.